Today we are very excited to talk to you about our brand new self-invite functionality. So we think the new self-invite feature will support the current business climate very well and perhaps take some pressure off KnowledgeSmart administrators and allow them to scale the reach of this platform across the organization. So what you're looking at right now is the self-invite functionality from the user's perspective, and we'll start there today. Firstly, the self-invite menu is found from the sub-menu categories here under My Scores. So you'll notice a new area there called self-invite, and when they select that, they will then be able to self-invite for assessments, exams, or surveys, and they will be able to see how many of each there is available under the self-invite category. If they need any assistance with self-invites, they can reach out to our support help desk, so we just remind them about that over here. So let's go through the workflow from a user's perspective. So I'm going to go ahead here and click on assessments. So I'm going to go ahead and have a little look at this assessment, which is the magnifying glass icon, and that will show me a summary of what is included in that assessment. So I'm just confirming that that is the assessment that I want to enroll myself for, and then I can tick that option there and click Add to Self-Invite. It confirms that that invite has been extended. So next, the user will move to My Assessments. They can click the column headers to order via the date, and that will then show them that most recent assessment invite, and then they will click the assessment name to then resume or initiate that assessment session. So as you can see, once they have selected that, they're straight into the assessment session. Let's quickly take a look at the workflow from the KnowledgeSmart survey perspective. So once again, they look at surveys, select that one. They then select the survey that they would like to self-invite to and click Add to Self-Invite. They will then come over here to My Surveys, and they will just order again via date, and they will click the survey name to then complete that survey. Next, I'm going to run through the admin dashboard and what needs to be adjusted in order for the self-invite feature to be available. So the first thing to do is under UI options. The KnowledgeSmart administrator will need to come and select firstly which linked accounts these settings should apply to. So I'm happy for it to be available on all my linked accounts. So I select both of those options. And then I come down here to this new area called Allow Self-Invites. So I am happy to allow self-invites for tests and surveys, but I'm going to untick exams for now and then click Save to record that change. Now the next thing I'm going to do is come over here to my KnowledgeSmart off-the-shelf library, assessment library, and I now have the ability as an administrator to switch certain assessments on for the self-invite feature, and I can keep others off. So that should be quite handy. Once again, the first thing I need to do is select an account that I want to apply this to. So I'm going to go ahead and select my parent account, and I am going to work with the new BIM 360 Design Collaboration 2021 assessment in this scenario. And I'm going to come over here to this new icon, and I'm going to say click to enable self-invite. So now notice, now that I've clicked that icon has become green. That means that assessment is now enabled for self-invite. Don't confuse it with this one on the right hand side, which is about enabling or disabling this test as part of your admin dashboard. So there is an example of an assessment that has been disabled. It is this icon just before that that would apply to self-invite. And what makes it easy here is that when you hover over an icon, it does give you that description. You will also notice that our help notes have been updated with information about this new self-invite functionality. So just to illustrate to you that this needs to be done account by account, I've just logged into one of my sub-accounts and I'm looking at that same BIM 360 Design Collaboration 2021 and noticing that self-invite is not enabled because I needed to do that account by account. So here I can then do that again. Just by clicking that icon, and notice that becomes green. And notice because I'm in the sub account, I don't actually have to select a specific account because it is assumed that I want to apply it to the current account. So it's only when you are in the parent account that you will need to select the account first and then enable self-invite. So if the user now comes back into their user profile, they will now be able to self-invite to that assessment that we've just enabled for the self-invite process, and they can initiate that process. So we really hope that this new feature, which kind of paves the way forward for our skills matrix tool, which is now in final phases of development, will be helpful for you and your team. And please feel free to reach out to us with any questions or comments about this new functionality.